there will be so many people, whether they know it or not, that they have inspired me or they've inspired parts of the story or some of the characters. So I'm not going to name names because there's always a danger I'm going to leave someone out and offend someone, but I want to just thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, really. There's a whole dream coming true right now, and it's all a little bit surreal, but I definitely couldn't have done it without that support, so thank you. I'm Marisha Pink. I'm a London-based author and entrepreneur, and I am just about to publish my very, very first book. Finding Arun is a coming-of-age story, and it follows the story of a 19-year-old boy who is Indian but was adopted by a British family at birth, and he's never really felt at home in the UK. He's never really felt truly accepted, and he then finds out that all of the things he's been told about the life that he has and about the circumstances surrounding his adoption aren't true. And that's kind of the catalyst that sends him on a journey to seek out the truth and make him question everything that's happened in his past. And through doing that, he then is forced to determine what he wants for himself in his future, who he wants to be, where he wants to be. And I guess it's about a young man finding his own feet and learning to be the person that he was destined to be and not the person that everybody wanted him to be. I wanted to create a balance between lightness and dark, and I wanted any kind of epic adventure or journey has a degree of seriousness about it, but there needs to be something lighthearted to balance that out. So the biggest theme, I guess, is about the self and the definition of the self and who should define you, whether you should define you, and how you define yourself, and how that then is reflected in your behaviours and your actions and the way that you choose to live your life. Another big theme is death. There's quite a lot of incidences, I guess, of that in the book, and observing the ways that different people cope with that. And the final theme, I guess, is the contrast between belonging and loneliness. And there's a huge distinction between physical isolation and physical loneliness, but emotionally feeling quite supported and feeling like you're a part of something, part of a community, versus physically being surrounded by people, which I guess, you know, the character of Arun is at the start of the story. He's at home where he's always been at home, but emotionally he's never really felt like he belonged. So it's kind of exploring the contrast between those two different types of existence, I guess. In order to write the book, I actually had to leave the country. I was finding that it was too hard to write around a full-time job. I was finding that there were too many distractions, too many people to see, friends, family, all those kind of things. And I sort of got to a point where I just thought, right, it's now or never. So I quit my job and off I went to Southeast Asia, and it was fantastic because I was about 8 hours ahead of everybody else, so I could get in a whole day's work before anybody back home had woken up and still have that time to keep up with what was going on. And I think I also found that being able to just move around every couple of days and change location gave me new inspiration. I would meet new people, and whenever I found somewhere that was really, really inspiring, or I found that I was really comfortable there, then I would stay there for as long as I want. So I think I spent about 10 days in Laos at one point just writing, because it just felt right and I was getting a lot done. I love to read. I've read ever since I can remember. I used to go to the library, take out 3 books, and by Saturday afternoon I would have finished 2 of them. And I think that it just made sense that I would kind of evolve eventually into writing the kind of stories that I love to read, things that take you on a journey, take you on an adventure, and allow you to escape from real life, I guess, for a couple of hours at a time. As it turns out, and as I think is the writing advice that was given to a lot of wannabe authors, is to write the kind of books that you love to read, so that's what I hope I've done. So the Kickstarter campaign came about because I decided that I was going to self-publish my book, and I decided to do that because it was in the spirit of the adventure that I was on myself, in terms of kind of eschewing normal, corporate, conventional things that people do. And I thought, I've got a choice. I can try and get an agent and try and get a publishing deal, and that could take, you know, years and years and years. The Kickstarter was really great, really successful. I was targeting £5,000 and we ended up raising 116% of that target, which was great. Having my family and friends around me who are normally really supportive, but seeing them really come out and support this and support me in trying to make my dream a reality has been amazing.